Hello, Amarnath.
Yes,
Is it visible?
I, yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Screen visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, fine. Okay. See, in the last class, we have started with the subnetting, right? So, what is subnetting and why it is needed? So, let us see it once again. Uh, because, see now, whenever you have a bigger network, right? So, whenever you have a bigger network, so managing such a big network, it will be always a problem. It will be always a problem. That is why, so what you will do is, so you will divide the bigger network into smaller network, and you will have one router to manage a particular subnetwork. Okay, a particular subnetwork. Okay. So now what happens is whenever anybody wants to send any information to any of the hosts, so the message will be sent to the router. Okay, router in the particular subnet. Okay, so then it is the responsibility of the router in the subnet to deliver it to a particular host. Okay, so this is one thing. One is it is very subnetting makes the bigger management of a bigger network easy. Okay, and another thing is, see, if you have a bigger network, suppose assume that I have 1,000 hosts in a network, right? So then what happens is in the router, in the router, I need to maintain, in a single router, I need to maintain the addresses of all the 1,000 hosts. Okay, so that consumes lot of space, and also routing will be very very slow, because whenever I want to route, I need to search all the 1,000 addresses. Okay, so the number of entries will be more, and it takes searching time will be more. So to avoid that, what we do is, so we divide the network into smaller sub networks, and we will just maintain, suppose if I have divided it into 1,000 network consisting of 1,000 hosts, if I have divided it into 10 sub networks, so then I have 10 routers. So 10 routers managing each subnetwork, right? So then what I have to do is in my main router, okay, in my main router which is visible to the outside world, so I need to maintain only how many entries? Yes, see, a network consisting of 1,000 hosts, I have divided it into 10 subnetworks. 10 subnetworks. Okay, in each subnet, I have one router. Okay, so this one thing you remember, whatever this subnetting that we are doing, it is for our internal management. Please remember this. Okay, subnetting, whatever we are doing, it is for our internal management. So this subnetting is not visible outside the world. Okay, for the outside world, it is only one network. It is only one network. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
See, suppose 1,000 hosts, a network of 1,000 hosts, I have divided into 10 subnetworks, 10 subnetworks, right? And for every subnet, I have one router. I have one router. So now what happens? So there is one main router which connects my network to the outside world. So in that router, I need to maintain the addresses of the different internal routers that are managing the subnets. Okay, so what happens is for the outside world, it is a single network consisting of 1,000 hosts. But for my internal management, I have divided it into 10 subnetworks. So this 10 subnetworks, they are not visible outside. It is again a single subnet. It is a single network. Is that clear? Any doubts in this? Any doubts in this? Please try to understand this. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah, we will proceed. And we have seen some problems based on subnetworking. So I think so can you, is it whether you have any problem in doing those subnetworking problems? See, suppose if I want to consider I am using a class C network. Okay, I am using a class C network which I want to divide it into 12 subnets. 12 subnets. Okay, so what will be my subnet mask? Please answer me immediately, all of you. See, I am using a class C network. Please make a note of it. Using a class C network, using a class C network, divide the network into 12 subnetworks. Divide the network into 12 subnetworks. What is the resulting subnet mask? Can you answer? Yes? Hmm. Whether any problem in understanding it? So can you do it? Please respond. Is there any problem in understanding the problem? Yes, tell me.
No,
Any
sir.
problem in understanding it? See, I am using class C network, I said. I am using class C network. So this class C network, it consists of how many hosts? Please respond. Class C network consists of how many hosts?
8, sir.
How many hosts I am asking? 8 bits are reserved for host, but how many hosts? 2 raised to 8. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Then, so I have 256 hosts. Okay, minus 2, you can do that. You let us forget it. Okay, 256. So now this 256, I want to divide it into 12 subnetworks. Okay, in 12, so in order to have 12 subnetworks, how many bits in the host ID I have to use? Hello? See, for addressing 12 subnets, how many bits in the host ID I have to use? Hello? Are you getting it? I am asking, see, 12 for addressing 12 subnets, how many bits of host ID I have to use? Please respond. If you just keep quiet, then it is difficult. See, if I choose 3 bits in the host ID, how many networks I can address? See, I'm telling, see, so I don't know why you are keeping quiet. Somebody should respond, no, otherwise, what should I understand?
29.
Huh? What is that?
29.
What? See, three bits I am asking. So if I have 3 bits, if I take 3 bits in this host ID, how many networks I can address? 2 raised to 3 is what? 8. 8 subnets I can address. Now I have 12 subnets. So to address 12 subnets, how many bits in the host ID I have to use? Amarnath, are you understanding it or not? See, with 3 bits, I said I can address 8. With 4 bits, what? How many hosts I can address?
2 raised to 4, sir.
Then what is that? 16.
16.
So, but I have 12. So that is 4 bits are sufficient, no?
Yes, sir.
No. See, 4 bits in the host ID I am using for addressing 12 subnets. So then remaining 4 bits host ID. So then what is the subnet mask? Subnet mask, how do you obtain? Leaving the bits that are used for host ID, all other bits you should make 1. Then what is the subnet mask? See, 4 bits of host ID you make 0. Remaining 28 bits you should make 1 1 1 1. Then what is the resulting this one subnet mask? Do it fast, it is very easy. Is it not 255.255.255.240? ಹೌದೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ?
Yes, sir.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೆಂಗೋ ನೀವು ಇಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ನೀವು ಅಮರ್ನಾಥ್? ಹಾಂ ಅಮರ್ನಾಥ್,
Yes, sir.
ಯಾಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ತೊಗೋತೀರಿ? ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅದು ಹೇಳ್ರಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಫೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಎನಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್, ಸೊ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ನೋ. ಏನು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅದನ? ಹಾಂ ಅಮರ್ನಾಥ್,
Sir.
ಏನದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಮು?
ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ರೀ ಸರ್.
ಮತ್ತೆ
ಅದು ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸಲ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತು.
ಅಲ್ವ ಸಬ್ನೆಟ್ ಮಾಸ್ಕ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳೀನಿ ನಾನು? ಈಗ ನೀವು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸಿ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಂದಿನಿ. ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸಿ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ವಾಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್? ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಡಿ, that should come to your mind. Okay, class C network we use 8 bits for host ID. Okay, 8 bits for host ID. So I have 12 networks, subnetworks. So then to address 12 subnetworks, how many bits in the host ID I have to use? 4. Okay, subnet mask andre remaining 4 bits for host you make 0, remaining 28 bits you make 1. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ಹೌದಾ ಇಲ್ಲ?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so then we move on to the next topic. So that is exactly reverse of it. So classless interdomain routing. Okay, in the last class we had started with this. So here there are no classes at all. There are no classes at all. Like class A, class B, class C, class D, there are no classes, right? So the number of bits that we use for network ID, because one thing you remember, for class A, whenever you say class A, it is very much implied that how many bits you are using for network ID. How many bits you are using for network ID for class A? It is 8 bits. Please remember, for class A you are using 8 bits for network ID. For class B you are using 16 bits for network ID. For class C you are using 24 bits for network ID. Okay, so like this it is implied. Whenever you say a particular class, it is implied that how many bits you are using for network ID. But now we are going for a classless addressing. We are going for a classless addressing. Okay, so some address is given. Now when we don't have any class, so then explicitly we have to mention how many bits you are using for network ID. Are you getting my point? When there are no classes, okay, so every address is just it is classless. Okay, are you getting my point? So no, the address is, so whenever you get, suppose 192.168.100.10 something address is there. Okay. So now you may assume that it is class C, but it is assumed that it is classless now. So once it is classless, so the number of bits that you are using for network ID. So how do you mention it? How do you mention it? In the last class we had discussed this. Okay. See, if you think that a particular address belongs to class C, then it is implied that you are using 24 bits for network ID. When the address is classless, so then the number of bits that are used for network ID, you should mention it. So how do we mention the number of bits used for network ID? In the last class we have seen. How do you mention it? That slash notation, have you seen? Prefix notation. Do you remember? Yes or no? There is that prefix notation, as you see here. So 192.104.16.0/24. Is it not? So this slash notation, so the convention is to place slash x after the prefix, where x is the prefix length in bits. Okay, this x represents what? The number of bits that are used for network ID. Is that clear? Yes or no? Is it clear? Okay. So now exhaustion of IP address space centers on exhaustion of the class B network number, because now what happens is, see, class C network is, if suppose an organization goes for a class C network, so the number of hosts that the class C provides, it is less. It is only 256, because 8 bits are reserved for host ID. So then 2 raised to 8, that is 256. Okay, so that is too small. Okay, so if you go for class A, the number of bits that are used for host ID, it is 24. So 2 raised to 24, so many hosts. So that is too big. So normally, every organization will go for class B. Because neither it is too big nor it is too small. So that is why. So the class B network numbers are exhausting. Okay. So the solution is to go for this class C. Classless interdomain routing, CIDR. Okay. Are you getting my point? What is
Yes, sir.
what makes you to go for classless interdomain routing? What makes you go for a classless addressing? Because if you go for class C, the number of hosts that you can address is 256 in case of class C. So for an organization, 256 may be too small. It may be too small. Okay. So then the only solution is you have to go for class B. Okay. Sometimes, so class B may also be too big for him, because 2 raised to 16, because 16 bits are used in host ID. So 2 raised to 16. Okay. So many hosts, it may be too big. Otherwise, you have to go for 2 class C networks. So that again becomes a complex. Okay. So to avoid all these complexities, it is decided to go for a classless addressing. Okay. So if you go for a classless addressing, so there is one more problem. What is that problem? So how do you mention the number of bits that are used for network ID? So that is indicated by using that slash notation, prefix notation. Okay. In front of every address 192.168.10.10/20. That means what? How many bits are used for network ID? Suppose the address is 192.168.10.10/20. So then what does it mean? Yes, tell me. What I am telling? 192.168.10.10/20. So that means how many bits are used for network ID, how many bits are used for host ID. That prefix notation, what does it indicate? Somebody should respond, no, otherwise it is difficult. /20 means what? So 20 bits are used for network ID. So if 20 bits are used for network ID, how many bits are used for host ID? Hello? Hello? I am waiting for your reply. See, I want your involvement. If you just sit passive, it is of no use. Hello? Sadika, are you there? Sumita?
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
So please
Please.
repeat the question, sir.
Okay. See, I said 192.168.10.10/20. Okay. So if okay, so this is our CIDR notation. So here it is classless address. So /20 means what? So that indicates how many bits are used for network ID. So 20 bits are used for network ID. So when 20 bits are used for network ID, how many bits are used for host ID?
12, sir.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ತಗೋತೀರಿ ನೀವು? 32 - 20 ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ರ? ಏನದ ಇದ್ರಾಗ? ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೋ?
Yes, sir.
ಮತ್ತೆ so we have seen, okay, so now you just see the class C is shorter, very much short. So if we had assigned class B address, so then what happens? So the efficiency is only 6.2% because lot of class C the addresses are wasted. Okay, so the solution is going for a CIDR. So CIDR tries to balance the desire to minimize the number of routes and the router needs to know against the need to handle out addresses efficiently. Okay. So CIDR is the best solution for whatever the disadvantages that we have in case of classful addressing. Okay. So CIDR uses aggregate routes. CIDR uses aggregate routes in the sense aggregation is what? Aggregation is exactly reverse of subnetting. Okay, subnetting and the opposite of subnetting is supernetting. Okay. Okay, so what happens? So multiple routes are clubbed together into one route. So that is what is called as route aggregation. So that is what is called as route aggregation, right? So it uses a single entry in the forwarding table to tell the router how to reach a lot of different networks. Okay, so that means if there are multiple routes, all these routes are aggregated into one common route. So that is what is route aggregation. Okay, so breaks the rigid boundaries between the address classes. Okay, so this CIDR, okay, so CIDR, it breaks the boundaries between the address classes. So he takes an example of autonomous system, you just leave it. Now observe that, let us take one example. So consider an autonomous system with 16, see here, consider an AS means autonomous system. Autonomous system is what? Autonomous system is, it is a group, it is a network consisting of several networks. Okay, it is a network of networks. Okay, please try to understand this. So it is a network of networks. So the thing is, so consider an autonomous system with 16 class C network numbers. Okay. So instead of handling 16 addresses at random, hand out a block of contiguous class C addresses. Okay. Is it clear? Now, what happens if 16 contiguous addresses are there? Okay, 16 contiguous addresses are there. So then what we can do is, so we can club all of them as you see here. So suppose we assign class C network numbers from 192.4.16. See, it is dot 0. It means dot 0. Okay. So through 192.4.31.0. Okay. So that means what? How many networks? See, one thing you remember here, he has not given the fourth, this one, decimal number 192.4.16.0. It means dot 0. So through 192.4.31.0. So that means, so how many class C networks are there? How many class C networks are there here? 16 class C networks are there, because 192.4.16.0 to 192.6, 192.4.17.0, 192.4.18.0, like up to 192.4.31.0. So there are totally 16 class C networks. Is it not? So 16 class C networks are there. So what we can do is, so we can supernet. So these are all the subnetworks. So these are all the subnetworks. So what we can do is, we can supernet them. We can supernet them. So how do we supernet them? Okay, we will see. Now observe that top 20 bits of all the addresses in this range are the same. Now you do one thing. Okay. Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, all of you write these things. So all of you write 192.4.16.0. First you write 192.4.16.0. Below that you write 192.4.17.0. Are you doing it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So like that 192.4.18.0. Likewise, you continue up to 192.4.31.0. Up to 31.0 you write, one below the other. Have you finished it? Have you finished it? So starting from 192.4.16.0, next 192.4.17.0, 192.4.18.0, 192.14.19.0, up to 192.4.31.0. So have you written it? Is it over? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now come to the first one. So 192.4.16.0, against that, so you write it in binary. You write it in binary. Everyone, everything. 192. What is its binary equivalent? 192. You write it in binary. See, it is 11. Here it is given 110011. So 192 is what? 11 followed by 6 zeros. So that is 192. Okay? Yes or no? Initially 2 ones, so then 6 zeros. So that is 192. So then 4 is continuously 5 zeros followed by 100. So that is 4. Then this 16 is how much? How can you write? 16 is 0001 followed by 4 zeros. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so then last zero is all 8 zeros, all 8 zeros. Okay, is that clear? So that first one you have written. Then for the second one, you write 192.4.17.0 you write. So 17, how do you do? Please do it. So up to 31 you write. Please make it fast. 192.4.16.0 up to 192.4.31.0. So one below the other, you write them in binary. Yes, is it over? The only thing is this one. So these two 192.4 it remains same, and the last one also it remains same. Only this 16, 17, 18 up to 31 you have to write. Is it over?
Doing, sir.
Okay. Do it fast, do it fast. Yes, is it over? See, please, everybody, please work it out. It is very important. Why I am asking you to do it? Because it is, so it gives you an idea how to go for supernetting. How to go for supernetting. See, these are all the subnetworks. Okay, 192.4.16.0, 192.4.17.0, 192.4.31.0. Okay, these are all the subnetworks. Okay, within an autonomous system. Okay, what you are doing is you are supernetting them. You are supernetting them, right? Is it over now? Have you completed up to 192.4.31.0? Have you finished?
Almost doing.
Please make it fast. ಅಲ್ಲ ಈ ಉಳಿದೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿ ದೀಸ್ 192 ಮತ್ತು 4 and 0, so they are known. Only this second one you should write, because that is what is changing. 16, 17, 18 up to 31. Only that is changing. You need not write as 192 and 4 because they are same.
Done, sir.
Is it over?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, see, we call something, what is the longest prefix match? Okay, there is something called as the longest prefix match. Now, among these, you have written them one below the other, no? See, how many bits are same? You go from left side. Just see, among these 16 addresses that you have written, how many bits are same? From where they are differing? Up to how many bits they are same? In all these addresses. So whether you followed my question? In all these 16 addresses that you have written one below the other, right? See how many bits are same. Others also can respond. Yes, you should not take this much time.
Sir, from right to left only
Left to right, I
one
said.
bit.
Left to right.
Only starting bits are same, sir.
No, 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 no.
That one,
ಅಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ
only one.
ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 192 ಎಲ್ಲದ್ರಾಗ 192 ಅದನೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ
ಅದ
ಅವು 8 ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ.
ಹಾಂ ರೀ.
ಈಗ .4 ಅದ ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲದ್ರಾಗೂ 4 ಅದನ ಅದು ಸೇಮ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 8 + 8 16 ಆಯ್ತು. ಮುಂದೆ ಈ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದು.
ಹಂಗೆ ಯಾವ
ಹಾ ಅಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ಸಿ 192 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಇದು ಬೈನರಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಬರೋದು ಇವು 8 ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತೂ ಎಲ್ಲದ್ರಾಗೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಅವನೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ, ಹೌದಾ ಇಲ್ಲ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಹಾಂ ಅದು 8 ಬಿಟ್ಸು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲದ್ರಾಗೂ 4 ಬಂದದ್ದದ ಇದು, ಹೌದಿಲ್ಲ? ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ನೀವು ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಬಂದಿರ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಸಾರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ 1 1 0 1 1 ಫಾಲೋಡ್ ಬೈ 6 zeros ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇನ್ ಆಲ್, ಹೌದಾ ಇಲ್ಲ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 ಇದಂತೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲದ್ರಾಗೂ.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಸೇಮ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 4 0 0 0 1 ಬಂದದ ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲದ್ರಾಗೂ.
ಹಾಂ ಸರ್, ಎಲ್ಲದ್ರಾಗೂ
ಮತ್ತೆ
ಬಂದಿದೆ.
ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಅದನ್ನ ಕೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಿಟ್ ಅದಾವು?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಅದು 20 ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ. ಸಿ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೈ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ರಿಟನ್ observe that top 20 bits of all the addresses in this range are the same, ಹೌದೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ? top 20 bits, yes or no? Okay, so top 20 bits are same. Okay, so now ಈಗ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು so what is the you write below the supernet ID. The supernet ID of the above network is ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ನನಗದು? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸೂಪರ್ನೆಟ್ ಐ ಡಿ? ಯು ರೈಟ್ 192.4.16.0.0/20. So this is what is supernet ID. Is that clear? What we did here, do you know? So it is aggregation of all these subnetworks. You see here what he has given. So consider an autonomous system consisting of 16 classy networks. Okay. So 16 classy networks. Which are those 16 classy networks? So starting from 192.4.16.0 up to 192.4.31.0. Okay. So what we have done is, so these subnetworks we have joined them together, clubbed them together into a supernet. We have aggregated them together, we have aggregated them together into a supernet. Okay. Now what is that supernet ID? What is the supernet ID? That's what I have given, 192. So what we have to do is, you have to write all those addresses. So the addresses which you are supernetting, you have to write them one below the other, right? And then go for a longest prefix match. Longest prefix match andre in how many bits they are same. In how many bits they are same. So that we call it as longest prefix match. Okay. So the number of bits in which they are same. So that then slash notation will have the first address of the network. So that is 192.4.16.0/20. So that is your supernet ID. Is that clear? But what is important here, whenever you are going for supernetting, right? So the addresses should be contiguous. Okay. So that is what he says. Okay. So instead of handling 16 different addresses, okay, so what we can do is you can block of contiguous addresses. Okay, this block 192.4.16.0 up to 192.4.31.0. So this can be grouped into a block, or it is what is called as supernetting. So any doubts in this? Any doubts? What we have done, is it clear or not? Yes, is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so one condition. Now, so normally what happens, so you will be given some addresses, okay, and you need to what? Block them into a supernet. Okay, you need to block them into a supernet. So one condition for supernetting is that, so those addresses, they should be contiguous. So they should be continuous in nature. Okay, so random ಆಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ you cannot supernet them. Okay, so the given subnet IPs, so they should be contiguous in, okay, contiguous, only then you can block them into a supernet. Okay, okay, so the requires to hand out blocks of class C addresses that share common prefix. So this is what I said. Okay, so now what you have done is 16 class C addresses so you have blocked them into a common prefix. Common prefix ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ you know what is that? So the number of bits in which they are same, so it is 20 bits. So 20 bits is what is our common prefix. Okay, so the convention is to place a /x. So that's what we have written. So /20 ಬರ್ದಿವೋ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? Yes or no? Okay, the convention is to place a /x after the prefix, after where x is the prefix length in bits. So 20 number. So our prefix length is 20 there. Okay, so that is what we write. So 192.4.16.0/20. So this is our supernet ID. Is that clear? See, now he says, by contrast, if you wanted to represent a single class C network, so 24 bits are reserved for network ID. Yes or no? In a general class C network, how many bits are used for network ID? It is 24. But in supernet, what we are doing, we are just blocking 16. We are blocking 16 class C networks. So that is why, so the slash notation is 20 here. So whereas for generally for class C network it is 24. Why it is 24? Because for class C, so 24 bits are used for network ID and remaining 8 bits are used for host ID. Okay. So how do we route the protocol? So this is the length and value. So represent the network number as a single pair. Okay, length of the network and the value. So see, now you just see here. See, these are all the customers. Now you just see here 128.112.128.0. Okay, all these things are there. So now, is it possible to aggregate them? Please make a note of it. Root aggregation. So 128.112.128. So 128.112.129. So 128.112.130 up to 128.112.135. Okay, so I want you to go for supernetting this. So can you do it? That is what is root aggregation. Root aggregation or supernetting, they are almost same. So please make a note of this. Okay, perform root aggregation. Okay, so just write. So this one you please make a note of it. 128.112.128/0. So don't say that he has not given the last decimal number. Okay, it is a .0. Everywhere it is .0. 128.112.128.0, 128.112.129.0, like that up to 135.0. Okay, so /24 means what? It is class C network. Class C network. So please, so solve this. So So in the next class we will see that. Okay. Yeah. So if any doubts are there, you can ask now because the session is going to close in another 5 minutes. So any doubts are there? Amarnath. Amarnath, is it clear what we are doing? Advantages of going for a classless addressing, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
See, it is like now suppose somebody consider you want to purchase around chocolates, just you want only 10 chocolates. No, if the shopkeeper asks you to, no, if you purchase, you have to purchase the entire box consisting of 100 chocolates. So only 10 ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ನಾವು ಲೂಸ್ ಕೊಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗದ? So that's what is CIDR. See, ಈಗ suppose if you go for class C, so the minimum number of hosts is 256. If you go for class B, the minimum number of hosts is 2 raised to 16. Okay. So what happens? So here it is very rigid. Here it is very, very rigid. So suppose if I ask, so I have only, suppose I have only 10 hosts. So give me a IP address. So that is very much possible in case of classless, whereas it is not possible in case of class C. Because if I go for class C, the minimum number of hosts I get, it is minimum number of IP address I get is 256, because 8 bits are reserved for host ID. If I go for class B, the minimum number of IP addresses I get is 2 raised to 16. If I go for class A, it is 2 raised to 24. So here lot of rigidity is there. So it is not flexible. It is not flexible. Okay. So if you go for classless, any amount of IP addresses you can take. If you want 10, you can take 10. If you want 100, you can take 100. Okay. Any share, any amount of IP addresses you want, you can take it. Okay. So that is the advantage of CIDR, classless interdomain routing. Okay. So we will continue this in the next class. Please go through this. It is very, very important. Okay. It is very important. Please go through this, right? So then tomorrow we will continue with this. Okay. Right.
Sir,
Thank you.
tomorrow
Yes, tell me.
IA is on 23rd, 24th.
ಯಾವತ್ತದ IA?
According to academic calendar, 23, 24, 25. sir.
23 ನಾ? 23 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತು
ನಾಳೆ.
22. ನಾಳೆನೇನಾ?
ಹಾ ರೀ ಸರ್.
ಹೌದೇನಾ? ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ನಾಳೆನೇ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ
Portion sir.
ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ CIDR ವರೆಗೂ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
CIDR.
ಇದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಲೆಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ರೀ?
CIDR ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಲೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತದು. CIDR ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಲೆಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ ಡೊಮೇನ್ ರೂಟಿಂಗ್. ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲಿನ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್